Hi, this is wnetrzazewnetrza. Today I'll show you a nearly 40 square meter tenement apartment that feels like a Mediterranean vacation. Decorative plaster on the walls and ceiling, light coming in through 5 windows, different textures, original forms, and delicate colors. Interested? Let's begin.
Good morning. That was great for me since I didn't want a major renovation. All I had left to do was to furnish and decorate the place to highlight its unique character. I've been living here for half a year now, and I definitely don't regret the purchase. I really love living here.
We're starting at the entrance as usual. Here's the bathroom door we'll see later, and a closet on this side. Inside, there's a clothes rod, a bottom pull-out shoe shelf, upper shelves, and a utility section on this side. Here we have a dryer, an ironing board, and a pantry. These boxes contain food products, so while cooking, you can simply move them to the kitchen area. And then, when you no longer need them, put them back in the closet so there are fewer things out in the open. And notice how this closet nook has been designed. On this side, it's separated from the kitchen by a wall, and here we also have this decorative finish. However, the size of this nook was designed so that you don't have to get custom-built furniture, but you can just put in a regular PAX wardrobe. In the apartment, apart from the bathroom, no other room was separated as an individual closed-off space. The space is open, although there are as many as 5 windows here, which in the case of a patio developer would probably mean 5 bedrooms for students. Here, however, we're dealing with a thoughtfully designed apartment for living. That's why zones have been designated in this open space, and even though there are no doors between the kitchen and the bedroom, you can definitely feel that these are separate parts of the home. The kitchen has only lower cabinets. Here we have a refrigerator, a cabinet under the sink, a dishwasher here, an oven with a drawer, and at the end, 4 drawers for things. This apartment was designed for the previous owners, who used it as an additional apartment in a different city than the one they lived in every day. And that's why there was no need to make the kitchen too elaborate. The current owner, on the other hand, really likes how this kitchen looks visually, and that's why she didn't decide to change anything here except for one small detail. There's a little cart with 3 tiers for things. In this spot, there's a partition wall separating the kitchen area from the living room, which is an extension of the bathroom wall. Here, however, a wall was put up to create a niche for a bathroom closet with a washing machine. And if it weren't for the designer's artistic flair, it could have just looked clunky. Out of nowhere, we have this section of an added wall. However, thanks to all these treatments like cutting the corners and adding steps, the space looks much more interesting. And the fact that we suddenly have a built-in bathroom closet here definitely doesn't overwhelm. It actually feels natural. This concept of playing with form continues on the ceiling, where 4 geometric shapes have been constructed, positioned along the axes of the windows. Because of this placement, they don't look random and the interior feels harmonious. The table is extendable, but its additional tabletop isn't hidden underneath here. Instead, a separate storage space had to be found for it. Luckily, that's not an issue in this apartment, as you'll see soon. The extendable sofa easily accommodates overnight guests. And also, pay attention to the lamp, which is relatively large, but it's well proportioned to the sofa, so both pieces go well together. The apartment features a subtle, natural color palette. And here, a decorative corner showcases a beautiful chest of drawers in a richer brick shade. It's a very nicely designed piece of furniture, featuring a similar solution that you might recognize from kitchen cabinets. There, in the hanging cabinets, longer fronts are sometimes used, which you can grab from underneath to open the cabinet. So there's no push-to-open system and you don't have to install handles. It's the same here, except the front extends from the top. To make it look nice compositionally, the sides and the back have also been extended, so I can open and close the cabinet. There's no handle to catch on as you walk by. And there's no push-to-open system, which some people just don't like. The bedroom has been separated not only by a wall, but also by height. A platform was built. You enter the bedroom by going up a few steps. And here we have carpeting, which also visually separates this space, but also adds coziness to the bedroom. And were all these things done only for aesthetic reasons, to visually separate the space? Of course not, they also have a practical purpose. Thanks to the soft carpet, we won't hurt our legs. And because a platform was built and the bed is high, a large storage space was created underneath, which I'll show you in a moment. Ta-da! And importantly, a floor was made under the platform. When creating solutions like this, it's tempting to skip the floor since we won't use it there anyway. Sometimes people skip putting tiles under kitchen cabinets, but that can sometimes be problematic in the future when we want to change the arrangement. Removing this platform won't ever be a problem for anyone. They remove it, have the floor, and can quickly add other furniture, making life much easier. I understand wanting to save money, since we have about 8 meters, and at 200 ziawot per meter, that's 1,600 ziawot. It's not just about that. Money is money, but it's still worth considering whether it might be better to invest and have more options in the future. On this side of the bedroom, there's a large wardrobe, and behind this front, there are clothes, a rod, drawers, shelves. Everything has its place. On the other side, however, you might be surprised because here we have a bookshelf. And this is a really nice solution because you wouldn't be able to fit deep shelves here anyway. There are probably some vertical pipes in this spot. And here you can close the doors halfway, which makes the wall look much more interesting. We have books on display. And in this place, there's also a pleasant space to sit and read. Now we're in the bathroom, and to start, I'll show you the closet I already mentioned. From the bathroom side, it's flush with the wall, and here inside we have a recess that was made at the expense of the living room. As you can see, here we also see the stairs just from the other side, and no space is wasted. We just had to cut the shelves to the right size. The washing machine is at the bottom, making the space convenient and everything easy to reach. And at the same time, here in the bathroom, you don't feel the size of the washing machine or the size of this cabinet. It's a pleasant solution. And the theme of playing with geometric forms also appears in the bathroom, only this time on the ceiling. There's no protruding block here, just a stepped approach upwards where we have a lamp and a fan. In the bathroom, there are pink tiles on the walls, and on the floor and in the shower, there are tiles imitating terrazzo. However, pay attention to the mirrors, which have been hung symmetrically here, both above the sink and above the toilet. That's it for this video. For more interior design inspiration, visit our store at wnetrzazewnetrzaofficial for many interior items, including our album, Polish Interiors. Be sure to subscribe to our channel as well, where you'll find over 300 videos, so there's really plenty to get inspired by. See you in the next episode, waiting for your likes and comments. Bye! Thank you!